Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency markets in general and the markets in general, and tell you what I think is going on. One thing I like to say, oh, by the way, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. That keeps these videos going right now, guys. It's I'll say that during these times, it's very, very difficult to keep these. I don't want to say it's difficult. I don't want to make my issues your issues. Okay, this is not about that. But appreciate the likes and subscribes at a minimum. It's for free and to help boost it. The stuff out there in the YouTubes to help the channel grow, to keep the channel going. Okay, I would just appreciate that. All right, guys. So here's the deal with Bitcoin, guys. As time goes on, more and more I'm becoming bearish on Bitcoin. And then I started hearing people talking about a $30,000 Bitcoin. And I just recently heard about that. I didn't know that there was people saying they thought Bitcoin's going to go to $30,000. I don't know where this is coming from, how they came up with this reasoning to me. I just find that odd. I didn't know that was out there. Like, okay, I could see Bitcoin going up to maybe 25.6 max or something like that into this channel area, and it could zoom up there. But as time goes on, guys, the more, you have to realize that this is probably a corrective phase of Bitcoin, okay? And I just want to show you some things here real quick, let you know. This move has taken, let's say 48 days. Is probably going to take at least 50 days. Okay, so we're going to have 50 days under our belt, probably 60 days for this move. Let's zoom out on Bitcoin and take a look at the overall picture. You have a 60 day move here, so there's no relationship to that. There's no relationship to that move. This move right here is, let's take a look at that move right now. What is this move? It's 66 days. So the relationship is to there. If this is not a new sequence for Bitcoin, then the relationship is to this somehow. Okay. This is what you don't want to happen. I'm going to let you guys know, this is what you don't want to happen. Okay. Let's zoom out on Bitcoin. And let's say this is a corrective move and it's like a WXY, ABC type moves. You do not want, I'm telling you right now, you do not want some sort of X wave and then it bounces up into a Y wave. If this move happens, this is going to be not only is it going to drag all this out, that means if you zoom out again, what that means, guys, is that this is a long-term deal for Bitcoin. I don't think this is going to happen. I'm not of this, but you don't want this to happen. Now you have a huge wave, a corrective wave up to swing up here, and then it's going to come back down. And look at that, 60 days here, probably 20 days here, another 60 days here, and then it's going to be coming down again. Okay, I don't think that that's an option. Well, it's obviously an option, but I don't want that to happen. I want Bitcoin to do what it needs to do in here and finish this off. Okay, I do have a target for Bitcoin, like I've said, I don't know, 30, 40 days ago, 15,200 to 16,800 to come to the bottom areas down here, guys. So I do think that that's a probability right now with Bitcoin. Okay. Now, is there a minor probability that it could be doing something in here to start off and then do a correction and whiz out of here? There could be, guys. That cannot be ruled out, but you are in the cryptocurrency market. And one thing you have to understand about the cryptocurrency market is things change fast. You can be bullish one day and you can flip and be bearish the next. Not to say that happens all the time, but that's just the way it is. This markets change quick. Okay. So you can see if I go to Bitcoin and you see the beginning of this wave over here, I mean, that's a pretty abrupt wave, but you can see this wave over here, it just went up a little bit. It was pretty abrupt and it did a correction, and then you can see blast off. So could that happen over here? Up like this and then correct down a little bit and blast off? It could. I don't think so. It's just, I really, really would like to see a correction with Bitcoin, guys. I want to see a nice correction, at least test these lows And if it goes past the lows, I'm not concerned about it at all either. If it goes down into those areas, I'm not concerned with it at all either. I think the structure of this move would look a lot better with this, how this is looking with this coming down into those areas. That's just my own personal opinion about it. Maybe some of you don't want it to break the low, but hey, more power to you. And I hope the people that are bullish, I hope that they're right. I don't think that they are right now, guys. Just using a little bit of common sense. Also, I wanted to go over just some basics of, you could say, maybe the markets, and take a look at the markets and how things can change quickly. And there's just lots of people that insist that Bitcoin is going to be going down to 7,000 or 8,000 or 6,000. I've heard 5,000. I've heard less than 1,000. Of course, you know, Bitcoin is dead stuff that is going on right now, guys. Look, at the end of the day, Bitcoin's going to need to do some significant bounces and take months to be getting down to these levels, in my opinion. Okay. What I think there's a really good probability with Bitcoin, going out to the weekly chart right here, guys, is that Bitcoin is in the process of completing a fourth wave and can do a fifth wave push. Now, people are asking, like, well, how can this happen, Greg? People are asking, well, how can this happen, Greg, with the macro environment with Bitcoin? Okay, Bitcoin has never been through quantitative tightening or raising of interest rates. Why do I keep hearing that over and over when it's not true? It's not true, guys. So here's the deal. I'm going to show you something. Here is an article that I have on my screen. Shows you when quantitative tightening began. They have it shaded out. You see that mid-2017, and it ended in 2019. Okay. I also have the federal funds rate right here. Okay. So everybody's like crying and screaming, hair on fire about that right there. Okay. So what about this? What about this right here? It just happened. It ended in was that January, July 2019, and started right there. So let's go to this chart. You take mid 2017 to mid 2019. Let's go take a look at that on Bitcoin's chart. Where's mid 2019? It is 2017 is right in that area, right about there. Came through, did all that. And you can see you're still in 2018 right there, and went all the way up like that. And there's the stop of mid 2018. So Bitcoin was able to move up during quantitative tightening and went back down. And it did a whole nother wave run during quantitative tightening right there, all the way up there. It went from 3,130 all the way up to 13,563 while the Fed was doing right here, quantitative tightening, right? And the interest rates over here, you come to the federal funds rate. So you got a federal funds rate. You see that? Look at that. October 2015, Fed started raising interest rates. Boom, 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 all the way up to the top until when? It looks like, July 2019. So the Fed was raising rates, was doing quantitative tightening. And then look at that. Wow, Bitcoin was able to make some massive moves in there. So can markets go up, make moves when that's going on? Obviously they can. So is it unreasonable to think that possibly here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then boom, just like it did over here, just like it did right over there. And that was at the end of quantitative tightening. It actually even had time to go through here. But if you go to crypto Twitter, all they want to talk about probably is like, oh my gosh, look at that. So here we are again. Crypto Twitter's like this. Here we are like this. Bear market. It's bear market. It's not possible for it to go up. It just has to go down here somewhere. Okay. I don't think so, guys. I think people are going to be surprised, in my opinion. I think that they are going to be surprised. So let's take a look at this Bitcoin. I'll show you something right here. Okay. All these people go to over here and they go, okay, let's look at this. Okay, here's what Bitcoin did. And they go, look, it did this. And then it did, boom, that. Okay. Look, can you put some comparisons between this and this? You could, it's kind of like went down, went up and down and up. But at the end of the day, this is a different structure than over here. You know, it's not exactly the same, but it's a little bit different. This is your triangle. Okay, this is your triangle over here that it did. It's long drawn. You got your A, your B, your C, your D, and then up on an E. It came back down, boom, sideways, and dump. Okay, that's what this move is over here, guys. I know hindsight is 2020. A, there's your B, and that's your C. That's the move that it made over here. This move over here is different, guys. This move over here is a little bit different. You see, you have one big massive structure in the middle. Over here, you got a pretty big structure here, and you got another one here, and then we're in this one. Okay, so you know, I mean, you want to go back to the history of Bitcoin to get some clues. However, you can't say this is going to be exactly like this, like some are implying that I've seen. And the other thing is too that's different, guys, is that this was the end of a cycle peak. This was the end of a fifth wave over here, a parabolic fifth wave. Over here, the difference is there is no parabolic fifth wave, in my opinion. There's no parabolic fifth wave. Not over here. It's missing the fifth wave. You can see plainly, this is your 1, your 2, here's your 3, your 4, and then up for a 5, like so. I have targets of about $70,000 to $74,000 of where it could go. If it corrects there, probably not, or it's going to come down here. Okay. The point of no return for this move, you cannot look at the end of the day. You cannot rule out this move at all until Bitcoin hits 13,700, 800, or thereabouts. You can't rule it out. One thing that I do is that when it comes to these waves, I don't rule them out until they're broken, and then you can say, okay, we need to move on to the next one. The structure is different. All right. You take a look at the RSI for this move. You can see wave 1, okay, correcting to wave 2. There's your third wave peak all the way up there, and then it's correcting. It corrected that whole cycle. So this wave on Bitcoin so far was able to take out all of that right there. So this whole cycle right here, all the way back down to the bottom of wave 1 at the end of the 2018 bear market on the RSI, the momentum indicator was able to take all of that out. So it's reasonable to think that something is eventually going to be coming up wherever it's going to end to be able to make either a significant bounce or make another wave run. I really do believe you have a good chance of Bitcoin being able to go boom. And this is going to be a FOMO fifth wave because it's set up for it. Nobody's going to believe it. And by the time it starts doing its move, guys, and it's getting out of there, up, you know, everybody's going to start piling in to push that wave up, just like so. So here, I like to call these behavior waves. A lot of like the Elliott waves, these impulse waves, I call them behavior waves because that's exactly what they are. Okay, that's exactly what they are. So you have wave 1, it's going to go up, push, right? Nobody's going to believe it. Nobody's going to believe it. It's going to correct. It's going to come all the way back down. These are called the oh crap waves, the second waves, and they'll come back down like so. And then they're going to be, I told you so, I told you so. And then this third wave is where people enter in. So let's say Bitcoin is right here at 15,000, and let's say it just starts moving up a little bit and it goes back up to, say, I don't know, 26 or 27,000. It corrects all the way back down to 18,000 or 17,000, or goes and tests the lows, and people are like, see, told you so. I'm waiting for the $10,000 Bitcoin, and then it's going to start going up, and this is where the area where everybody will pile in, and then I'll go into the same process again. Now, look, at the end of the day of what's going on, if you would have exit out of all of this at near the top, you know, you really wouldn't have any issues. You'd be looking for buying opportunities. I'm going to go over Phantom right here. Okay. I'm not going to try to boast or brag or anything, but I really like this coin. I think it's going to probably do well in the next wave run, even though people don't like it right now, but it's not a ghost chain. There's still a lot of activity going on, not as much as Solana, but it's not too bad. So here with Phantom, told people to exit out of it. I played this B wave pump right here on Phantom. I took the risk, and believe me, when I entered in at $1.30, because that's where I went in, $1.30, $1.40, those areas. I was sweating ballistic missiles. I was sweating ballistic missiles in this area right here because I was like, did I make a mistake? Did I make a mistake? But boom, it shot up. And I told you guys at these areas, my last exit out of Phantom was $2.90. $2.90. I told people you need to exit out of Phantom, dump it all of it. Don't hold one freaking Phantom. And you know what? I was criticized for it, and people hated me for it, but I didn't care. I mean, there's two people that I know of that did it, and when Phantom came over here, they're like, Greg, you saved me a lot of money. Okay, I was like, well, at least I helped two people. And then it started coming down on Phantom, and it was into the $2 areas. And I said, Phantom, guys, Phantom is going to go to $1.20, then it's going to go below $1, then it's going to go below 50 cents. And here we are today at 36 cents or 37 cents on Phantom. Okay? Now I'm telling people, start looking at Phantom, because either it's at a significant bottom, could be warming up, it could be, and might come back down to test these lows. And Phantom could go on another boom wave run back up to $3, guys. This really could happen. And you know, when Phantom makes a move, you know, it makes a quick move. That's some pretty good, you know, 1,600% gains right there. You know, when it's done with its correction, if it's in a motive wave, boom, it's going to go up there. Even in a corrective move right here, you can take a look at this move. Let's say you got in just right there at that move. That was 2x right there on a corrective move. That was a correction of Phantom right there. That's a B wave bounce. Okay, so going to go over some over charts, making this a little bit long. DXY. At the end of the day, guys, is the DXY. Let me take a look at. Is this? It looks like a wave 2 correction probably with it. So it's came down and it's going to probably start trending up. This DXY, it needs to finish this uptrend. It needs to finish this uptrend. Okay. Once this is done, and then it's going to correct this whole trend now, and it's actually going to be going down into a downtrend, a real downtrend, not a corrective downtrend, a real downtrend. Then you have a really good shot of Bitcoin being able to make those moves and some risk on assets making moves. Okay, right there. We're going over oil. You know, oil is trending down, guys. I decided to take a look at oil and change the count on that and go, you know, let me take the line chart off. More than likely, I think that oil ended right there. Okay, on this move with oil, guys. I think it ended right there. This has all been a correction. And then oil is going to be more than likely trending down to these areas, to the 84, the low 80s. And then this whole area, it's probably coming down to the 60s, guys, the low 60s. Okay, it'll come down, bounce, and then come back down there. So this is going to wipe out a lot of the inflation issues with oil. All right. And then going over the 10-year treasuries. Somebody had said something. Greg, what's going on 10-year treasuries? This is there's a lot of people I think are getting a little bit confused with the treasuries when it comes to the chart. So here's the deal with the move on the 10-year notes, guys. All right. You can see, I'm going to go over the move that it made is a diagonal type move, in my opinion. So you can see it came all the way down here, bounced out of here up onto that way up here. And it came down in a 3-wave move, and then it making this move here, whether it ended there or there, is open for debate. And then it made this move up here. If you come out to the monthly, let you guys know in the 10-year treasuries, that if you take a look at the not the monthly, let me go to the weekly. Excuse me, go to the weekly, guys. Here on the 10-year treasuries, you can see it was in a topping pattern. Like I said, these were probably going to trend down. Does it have another bounce? I'm waiting for it to see if it hits a trend and see if it's going to make another bounce up. But you can see right here, that move to there, you have a massive amount of bearish divergence. Okay, massive amount. This is on a weekly chart, so it's a huge amount of bearish divergence. It'll take some time for it to play out. It could have started already, maybe one more, and it's going to correct. But the overall trend for the 10-year treasuries is going to be this. Okay, more than likely, in my opinion, this is what's going to happen with the 10-year notes. All right. This is an impulse move. Okay. If it started the B wave, don't know yet, or it might have one more push, and it's probably going to retrace 50% of this whole leg right here on this B wave, 38 to 50 to 60, 62%. So let's call it 50%, and there's going to be another one. Boom. That C wave is going to be equal to that A wave, more likely in 10-year notes. 10-year notes aren't going to do any type of, what do you call it? Like Fibonacci levels, like cryptocurrencies or anything like that. No way, guys. They could actually be even shorter like that. And then the overall trend for the 10-year notes, in my opinion, is you have this trend right down here, came down, corrected it. It's going to three-way bounce up over, that took a couple years, maybe a year here, and then 2 years like that. And this is going to be more than likely your trend again. Here's your A wave up onto your B, and then it's going to do it all over again, just like that. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that, guys. All right. Reason I'm putting the 10-year notes on there, somebody had asked me about that. Like, hey, what's going on with that? Why are they going down? Or what's this pattern that it's going to make? We will see. I have this on video. Check it out. Look at it. Go back in time 4 years from now and see if I'm right about that. I highly doubt that this is going to be a 1, 2, and this is blasting up into a third wave to raise rates back up to, 18, 19, or 20%. I doubt that, guys. So we will see. We will see down the road. Oh, and one last thing, too, because some folks had asked me about the Nasdaq Composite. And the reason they were asking about that is the correction that's coming up in like this end of the world, end of the United States, and it's a multi-year crash, etc. Anything can happen into the markets, guys. But I want to show you the overall trend. Just go over it real brief with you guys on the Nasdaq. Okay, it's actually started trading in 1971. I couldn't get the chart data going all the way back to the 1971. But this is your obvious wave 1 impulse on the Nasdaq. The wave 3 peak hitting in 1996, okay, for the wave 1, giving you this is the monthly chart, your bearish divergence, completing that, and then this massive second wave correction ending in 2008, okay? So this is a wave 1, 2, and then what the Nasdaq is actually in, guys, is a wave 3, all right? This is an extremely bullish, this is going into an extremely bullish era. Okay, so no matter where the Nasdaq ends, it's ended its wave 1. All right, so it's ended its wave 1 of 3, and you can see that in the chart. Just going off the basics, here's your highest peak on your RSI, which is right there. This whole either the wave 4 ended there, or more than likely probably right there. So here's your end of the wave 4, and then this is your fifth of your first wave. So look, guys, at the end of the day, I want to let you know this is that wherever this second wave ends, okay, either here, here, or here, wherever it ends, the Nasdaq Composite has a bright future ahead for it. It's going into a 3 of a 3. This is likely going to be moonshotting up like more than what this did right here, guys. That's what this is going to be doing more than likely, just to give you guys a heads up. So what is that telling me? That's telling me somewhere along the lines, the tech stocks are going to be moonshotting. So if you take a look at the tech stocks and the stocks that are out there, the ones that are major movers are ones that are really moving the Nasdaq up. There's a bunch in there that don't do much. If you're in the wrong stocks on the Nasdaqs, you can actually lose. So you want to find the winner. So this is telling me there's going to be, the top 10% or 15% of those stocks are going to be moving here into the future. So wanted to put that out there. The Nasdaq has a correction right now, and there's everybody saying, oh, you need to get your gold and stock your food and your water and get prepared to live in a cave for the next 5 years. Don't think so, guys. Don't think so. The United States is going to go on for years to come. I put that in other videos explaining that why. All right, guys, just want to do that update with Nasdaq. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. My little bit of a rant going over Bitcoin. Still believe that Bitcoin is not done with this correction. Go back down, and then bam, it can go up and complete that FOMO fifth wave that I've been talking about. And still looking for that until Bitcoin hits 13,800 or thereabouts. Then you can say it's done, it's over with. Until then, you cannot rule it out. Okay, I still think it just based off RSI data, guys, right here. RSI data on the weekly. Okay. right here. One more low, get that down, and then it's got that RSI weekly down low enough, taking everything out to be able to make that move. And I showed you with interest rates, quantitative tightening, how things can go up during that time. Go take a look at the S&P 500 during the 1970s, guys. You know, people that held during that time, they lost. They didn't make anything. But the people that traded it said, okay, here's the bottom, and went up. They made 20, 30%. 20, 30% on some of their moves. Took a lot longer, but they still made money. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.